Ladies and gentlemen, the following episode is scheduled for one fall. Coming down the aisle are your hosts of In The Kliq, Baby Huey and Ryan Tronic.
What's up, everybody? Baby Huey here, back at it for a very special episode of In The Kliq, and you all know how much I love WWE. Needless to say, I'm super excited for the return to the Bay Area for 2 shows, and here to talk all about it is WWE Superstar Dolph Ziggler. How's it going, Dolph?
Good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing awesome. I gotta admit, I'm a little tired this morning. I went out last night to the stadium tour. It was here in San Francisco, Def Leppard, Motley Crue. So I'm running on fumes right now. But I saw on Instagram you posted, I believe yesterday, you're counting down yourself to go see that concert.
I'm actually 2 hours after I get off the phone with you guys here. I'm headed to Vegas to meet my Motley Crue crew to go do their last show of the tour in Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, my God, dude. You were going to have so much fun. Last night was incredible. I mean, obviously, you see Motley Crue reunite after so many years. But, dude, Vince Neil, I got to give him credit. He sounded amazing. Tommy Lee, coming out and talking to the crowd. Dude, so you're going to be in for a treat, especially is it going to be at Allegiant Stadium?
Yeah, it's at Allegiant, yep.
Awesome. Okay. So, yeah, I hope to see a lot of photos and videos on your Instagram documenting how much fun that show is. So let's talk WWE coming back to the Bay Area. Monday Night Raw will be at the SAP Center in San Jose Monday, September 19th. For info, just go to sapcenter.com. And for tickets, of course, Ticketmaster. Also, the day before, WWE Sunday Stunner will be at the Oakland Arena on Sunday, September 18th. theoaklandarena.com for info and tickets, also through Ticketmaster. So, Dolph, I mean, God, there's so much to talk about with WWE lately, what's been going on. I got to ask you, man, so the big news, obviously back in July, Triple H promoted to head of creative. So kind of your thoughts on the promotion for him.
Triple H has been in the system, from start to finish and helping young guys out in NXT, helping us out backstage. Hell, even when I was in the Spirit Squad 15 years ago, him and Shawn Michaels were helping us out. So I think it's a great fit. That's the guy to do it. It'll be a fun way to just switch things up a little bit for us. Mm-hmm. But we're surrounded by some of the greatest minds in the world. We're very lucky. I would say teammates, because we all kind of work together to put on this awesome show. And it's just, there's something special about having all this talent, all these superstars, all these great minds behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. And when it comes together as this group effort, it becomes something special. That's why it's the greatest thing in the friggin' world when it goes great for us.
Have you had a chance to maybe sit down one-on-one with Triple H and maybe kind of, plan ahead, maybe creatively what he has lined up for you specifically?
His door's always open, and we all live in different places, but Monday and Friday are the craziest days. I don't think anyone I don't think I would believe it if someone told me how crazy and hectic those days were to me, like how changes happen, how you got to be ready to go on the fly. But that's what's the best part. We have all these awesome guys and gals, these superstars that can do anything at the drop of a hat. We need to get to a commercial break. They can make it happen. We can get things through, like beat somebody up, take somebody out. But having that open door to be able to, hey, can we maybe go in this direction if we try this stuff out? That's something that, that's what helps keep the gears going of our business. So, of course, that's what's great about it.
That's exciting to hear. And listen, for us wrestling fans who pay attention a lot to the wrestling websites out there and the wrestling news, it kind of, you just touched on it a little bit. I'm just, the talk of locker room drama, whatnot, news, all that stuff has been going on the last couple of weeks and whatnot. But just your perspective, what's kind of been like the morale and the vibe in specifically the WWE locker room over the last, month, 6 weeks since Triple H has been in charge now?
I haven't really noticed anything different. Everyone's like, oh, cool, if someone else is calling the shots. But it's all this group team effort where everyone's pitching an idea. Like I said a second ago, there's so many awesome minds behind the scenes that help us out with things. There's a reason that some of us, even myself, 18 years, mm-hmm. we come out looking good every night and make something happen or have some story advance or make some match awesome. It's not just because we're great. We have these minds behind the scenes. So we were all waiting like, hey, is this going to be different? Are things going to change? And what's happened is I haven't noticed anything personally. I just think we've had a really fun time, and it's stayed a group effort. And I really think when you have this team put together like you do behind the scenes and in front of the camera, that we can do it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, so with that being said, I know you just came back on TV last month. You had the little program with Austin Theory, but I want to go back. Earlier this year, you had a run with NXT 2.0, even NXT Champion. I got to see your match with Bron Breakker at Stand Deliver in Dallas, WrestleMania weekend. Incredible show and whatnot. But I'm just curious, go back, at the beginning of the year when you went down there, how did that whole process come to be? Like, whose idea was it for you to go down to NXT 2.0?
It's something that was, in a cool way, since I've been around for a while. Sometimes you're like, hey, we need you to do this today. It happens in 2 minutes. Get it done because I can. And in this situation, it was something that for a month or two before, like, what do you think about this? Do you think this could work? Could you help this guy? Could you make this fun? And we thought about it and pitched back and forth behind the scenes, several of us. And I said, you know what? This could be really fun. I can sink my teeth into something, go at it from a different angle, try something. The guy's busting into someone else's show to talk trash on the champ, and then have him come out looking better at the end. And when you see it that way and go, here's the long-term thing where we can go in a month or two. And even then, it ended up being so fun and working out so well that we extended it a little bit longer. So that's the cool thing about this business. Nothing is set in stone. If they say, hey, we need you for 3 weeks at NXT, you're like, okay, what am I doing? I'm working on my days off, whatever. Then it becomes, oh, this really clicked. Let's double the time. Let's make this special. Let's get a title on the line. Let's get it. And it's like, see if we can get everybody talking about it just a little bit more. And then you get extra excited. And I'm on the treadmill on my day off going, okay, we can go here. We can try this. Let's pull. And it just gets your creative juices flowing even more so. And so that ended up being, it was supposed to be, 3-4 weeks, ended up being 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Because it went so well and there was all these ideas floating around. And it was just really, really, it's nice to mix it up because for the longest time, I was a singles competitor by myself, 10 straight years doing what I do. And I got to tag with Big Bob Robert Roode, who's awesome. And then him and I just got on the same page so much that you get so used to that you're in this cycle of like, okay, we're going to have this tag match. We're going to make this work. We're going to do something awesome. And then it's boom, go to NXT, fight for the title, see what the hell happens. And you go, all right, let's mix it up again.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I was really glad to see you go down there. And I mean, just what they've been doing lately with NXT 2.0, various people from Raw or SmackDown making appearances and working with the younger talent. So your program with Bron Breakker, I'm sure did wonders for him and his young career. I know it's been over a year since he's really got started in the ring. So I'm sure for you, that was, it was a good opportunity to help the next generation. With that being said, is there anyone on the NXT 2.0 roster that really stood out to you and you can't wait to see for them eventually get to Raw or SmackDown?
There was a few. So I notoriously do not watch wrestling, period. I famously go out of my way to let everyone know. But being back there, of course, when that was happening, like not the training so much, but I'd be there because we'd have TV days and back and forth and in and out. But when I was there for the show, I would see what was going on during the day. I would see what was going on watching the entire show just to see and to make sure, my match was different or something was different on the show. That's just typical 101 respect for everybody else on the card. Mm-hmm. But I did, several people came up to me and sometimes you get the hey, what'd you think? Would you watch my match? So you're like, okay, sure. And then you get some pointers, and then maybe some people don't listen or whatever. That's happened in the past a million times. But with NXT, some people were a couple people were like, I grew up watching. I'm like, hey, slow down, relax, I'm not that old. And then a couple people were like, what did you think about this in particular? How can I make this different? You're like, ooh, that's a genuine question about someone who's been around for 18 years who can help someone who's been here for a year or two. So there was a handful that stuck out. And what I know. I really, really enjoyed Mandy's group because I hadn't been paying attention. Toxic Attraction. Yeah. And I hadn't been paying attention, and I was like, well, Mandy's killing it. That's great. I'm following this on Instagram. And then I get there. They have this entrance. They have this look down. They looked like they were dominating the show, and they called the shots. And I think a couple episodes I was there, they're sitting in the roof sipping champagne, and I go, this is good television. This is awesome because I had worked with Mandy in the past and she was, kind of newer, getting into it, man, they're rocking it. I'm very happy for them.
That's very cool. Hey, Dolph, I know it's a busy day for you doing press. Just a couple more real quick. I know you've been doing comedy. I actually saw your stand-up in New York WrestleMania weekend a few years ago. I'm just kind of curious, how'd you get into the whole comedy world?
My brother and myself, my entire life, we've been screwing around, messing with our parents, doing improv, shows, writing sketches, borrowing an aunt's video camera and doing like a comedy show. So for the last, I want to say 16, 17 years, been filling up notebooks with ideas and running things by people and just trying things and even trying jokes on Twitter when that was okay. And Twitter was fun. So there's all these different aspects. I probably have 40 or 50 notebooks filled here with stuff. And I've just been, and you try and get some time. And there was about a 10 or 12 year run of my 18 years here where I was measuring my time off in hours instead of days. I'd have like a 36 hours off and then back to work. So it was really hard to get up and maybe get to an open mic, do a comedy show. But I don't get to try out my material for 300 days and shoot a special or something.
Yeah.
So the first couple of years of doing it, people are like, you've been doing this for 5 years. I'm like, well, it's 2 shows a year for 5 years. And you're like, yeah, okay. So you need 5,000 reps to figure out what the hell you're doing. And I'm at like 40. So I'm way off, but I get to have fun because we have, WWE fans and they're so loyal and fun. And they go, you do this, you do awesome at this job. Let's go see you do this thing. And we tag it on to like a pay-per-view or a big event. And it is a blast. And we make it like just everything's happening. There's wrestling, there's fighting, there's sketches. It's like a big variety show, and it's really fun. But I actually got into like a little bit of a couple reps in a row right before the pandemic hit.
Yeah,
was the most shows I'd done. It was like, and it wasn't a bunch. It was just like 6 in a month in between my full schedule. And I finally got into a groove, and I wasn't checking some notes and just little words here and there. I was just kind of going off the cuff, and I go, man, I'm finally getting into a groove. And then, of course, we had a 2.5-year break, but we're getting back to it right now.
Awesome. Listen, I can't wait to see your next stand-up show out here in the Bay Area at some point. And listen, I know you got to run right now, but I just want to remind all the listeners, Monday Night Raw will be at the SAP Center in San Jose, Monday, September 19th. Get your tickets over at Ticketmaster. But also check out WWE Sunday Stunner at the Oakland Arena day before, September 18th. Also, Ticketmaster.com for tickets. Dolph, if you couldn't tell, I could talk wrestling and comedy, all that stuff all day with you. But thank you so much for making the time today. I really appreciate it.
You got it, man. It's going to be a fun weekend for wrestling and wrestling fans.
Awesome. Thank you, Dolph, so much.
You got it.
Bye-bye. There you have it. Thank you again to Dolph Ziggler for being on the show. If you are in the Bay Area, go see WWE Monday Night Raw at the SAP Center in San Jose on Monday, September 19th. For more info, go to sapcenter.com. And WWE Sunday Stunner will be at the Oakland Arena on Sunday, September 18th. For more info, go to theoaklandarena.com. And tickets for both shows are on sale now over at Ticketmaster.com. You can follow Dolph Ziggler on Facebook at ShowOffZiggler and on Twitter and Instagram at HeelZiggler. Make sure to follow WWE on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube as well. All right, Kliqsters, let's go home now. Remember to subscribe to In The Kliq on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. We're also on a ton of other major podcast platforms. Help the show out by rating, reviewing, leave a comment, and share the podcast. Subscribe to In The Kliq's YouTube page, watch the videos, hit the like button, and leave a comment. Please follow In The Kliq on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search for @InTheKliq. Email us at intthekliq@gmail.com. Once again, thank you for tuning in and for all the support. And that's the bottom line because Huey said so.